Yeah, just turn it.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity C, and you are jumping into our very own special made time machine as we're covering the Attitude Years. You can check out season 1 and 2 in the archives. Those seasons cover 97.
I'm here too.
Yeah, he likes to do a little beat. That's his little introduction, I guess.
That's my hashtag.
That's your entrance song. But we're covering Attitude Years Season 3. We've just finished up with the King of the Ring. We're a night removed. So we're covering Raw Is War from January 26, 2000, live in Worcester, Massachusetts. And to kick off this episode of Raw, we have the new WWF Champion, The Rock, coming out to the ring. Rock says, Vince, you're still the owner of the WWF and still owner of the biggest penis implant in the world. After last night, it became clear The Rock owns a WWF title and your candy ass. The McMahon-Helmsley faction is over and The Rock's era has just begun. Vince McMahon then comes out. Vince says, allow me to congratulate you on being WWF champion, and I want to wish you good luck in the new Rock era. Last night, as I laid on my back in the ring, I had an epiphany. I knew about all the questions about my wife, Linda. Why would my wife be kind to my adversaries and stand up to me? She did it because she loves me. Linda, I love you too. I know you've been begging for my attention. From this moment on, you're going to get whatever kind of love and attention you want. You're going to get it.
Okay, let's hop out of the time machine. Press fast forward. 25 years later, we have Vince McMahon, who's a dildo-loving pedophile fucking freak with ring boys. And we have The Rock, who's pulling some Illuminati shit, wanting Cody Rhodes to sell his soul to him. Who would have ever thought? Right?
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, back to 2000.
Yeah, Linda is also going to be running the education.
And Linda and Donald Trump are running our country.
There we go. Vince then goes on to say that not only do you want my love, but you want another baby.
You want my love.
I'm your genetic jackhammer. Linda, daddy's coming home.
Oh.
And he says, Rock, I like to let bygones be bygones and shake hands. They shake hands, and The Rock says, before you go home and make babies, The Rock has a couple of things to say. You are now and forever will be an asshole. And then Rock hits a rock bottom on Vince.
If you smell with The Rock.
And Vince can now go home and make babies with Linda.
I don't know if he's going to be able to with a broken back.
Well, he'll be able to find a way. He's got those dildos, so he'll be able
He probably has a few ring boys around.
For Linda. Linda's down for it. We then see Shawn Michaels arrive in a limo. Women's champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley.
He's just a sexy boy.
He is. Stephanie begs Vince not to go. Vince tells Stephanie to tell Triple H she's sorry and he has to leave.
Because at this point, DX isn't there, so Stephanie is alone.
Mm-hmm.
And The Rock's like fucking champion. She's scared. And she should be.
Well, Chris Jericho too. After
Chris Jericho,
she screwed him over.
Yeah, I mean, maybe her other baby daddy, Kurt Angle, will help her out. But
maybe. We have Intercontinental. Go ahead.
No, she's not on good terms with him either yet, right?
No, she's fine with Kurt Angle. They're good. She helped him win the King of the Ring. Who didn't help him win it, but helped him beat Chris Jericho.
Something's coming though, right?
I don't know. So we got to that part. We talked about Stephanie begging Vince to stay. We then see Intercontinental Champion Rikishi defending against Chris Benoit here. Tazz comes out and hits Rikishi with a steel chair, and then Rikishi gets the win by DQ after Benoit hits Rikishi with a steel chair shot and a flying headbutt. Tazz coming out, he's been injured. He was injured by Benoit, and the commentators were asking why he went after Rikishi. But what are your thoughts on Tazz getting involved here?
Who was Rikishi fighting?
Chris Benoit.
Oh, so why did he...
Tazz just came out and attacked.
Benoit's the one who put Tazz out. That makes no sense.
Yeah, we don't know why he attacked
I don't get it at all.
But it looks like that's going to be the new storyline.
Does Benoit have a title? No, he lost it, right?
No, Rikishi's a champion.
Rikishi. So that doesn't even make sense. I was thinking maybe he wants to help him retain the title so that he can
get a shot. No,
yeah,
it didn't really make any sense.
I'm very confused.
We then have Chris Jericho taking on X-Pac with women's champion Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley. Jericho says, when you drive, you might see a big pile of roadkill. Last night, I kissed that roadkill, but it's something I will never do again. It's fitting Kurt Angle became king after help from the queen of the dirty trash bag hose.
Okay, you kind of like missed something with that. So the reason he's saying to the fans, if you want to know why I kissed Stephanie last night, he says, have you ever just seen roadkill and you can't stop yourself from looking at it? You kick it to see if it's still alive. You can't get a stick and poke at it. That's what it was like kissing Stephanie.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what he was like, it was just killing me. And he, because he doesn't want people to think he has the hots for her.
Mm-hmm. Well, during this match, Stephanie distracts Jericho. So Jericho grabs her, and then the Road Dogg comes out, and Jericho attacks DX. Jericho lands a lion salt, but then Road Dogg hits Chris Jericho while the referee is distracted, and X-Pac gets the victory. After DX attacked Jericho, DX holds Jericho for Stephanie to slap him twice and then give him a low blow. Stephanie is not playing with Jericho.
Minus Triple H, right?
Yeah, Triple H wasn't there.
Yeah.
So Stephanie's got her own issue with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and I think we're just seeing the start of it, to be honest. So
we'll see. But yeah, so Stephanie able to get some revenge on Jericho for calling her roadkill. Making out with her is like making out with roadkill. Godfather and the Hose arrive at WWF New York. Good to see the big pimp daddy there.
Yeah, and he was like on this stage just going, pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah, he was
like it looked ridiculous.
He was jamming.
It was funny.
European champion Eddie Guerrero with Chyna takes on Val Venis with Trish Stratus.
Latino heat.
Trish kicks Eddie while he's on the floor. Both men hit a double cross body. And then
Chyna was not happy.
Trish puts Val on top of Eddie, and then Chyna attacks Trish and breaks the pinfall. After Chyna slaps Val, and Eddie and Chyna land a double DDT to Val. And then Chyna powerbombs Trish Stratus.
Chyna powerbombs the fuck out of Trish Stratus.
She did. But I'm a big Trish fan.
Oh, I love Trish. But at this point, it was kind of cool because, Trish being a bitch, I love her. But Chyna fucked her up.
Well,
they were friends in real life.
They were?
Yeah. Chyna said, she was really happy when Trish Stratus came along because... even though she wasn't a wrestler, she was really into fitness, and her and Triple H were too. And she said, Trish just had a different attitude than the other divas at that point. She wanted to work hard and learn. Mm-hmm. And, her and Chyna clicked. So.
Okay, so that's a little fun background there. Well, Eddie and Chyna clean house on Val and Trish here. Shawn Michaels comes out and pushes Kurt Angle's throne off the stage. Shawn Michaels says, I have a little business to take care of. As the official spokesperson of the WWF, it is my duty to make a major announcement here tonight. It involves the number one contendership for the WWF title. With that, Triple H and Stephanie come out. Triple H shakes Shawn Michaels' hand. Triple H says, we have been friends for a long time. I know it pains you to see me get royally screwed. I'm no longer champion, and I was never beaten. At King of the Ring, I never lost. It's like a cancer growing inside of me. Your announcement is going to be that I'm the number one contender. Rock's days as champion are numbered. Shawn says, you're right. There's one small problem, though. I resign as commissioner of the WWF, so I can't make those decisions. However, I'm going to introduce you to the new WWF commissioner, Mick Foley. And Mick Foley comes out with short hair. He's got the commissioner shirt on. He's got the... what do you call that type of sweater? Like the fall, like the
Argyle.
Not Argyle. You're super gay for
that.
What do they call it? It's like the lumberjacks.
Oh, flannel.
Flannels. There you go. He's got his flannel.
Let me tell you something. When Shawn Michaels came out and started dancing on Kurt Angle's throne and then threw it, it reminded me of this NXT show I was at, where Shawn Michaels came out. And I
got excited.
Somebody stood up on a chair and almost got us kicked out of the show because they were dancing to Sexy Boy.
Well, that was my moment to shine.
But I won't mention any names. But their initials are Anthony.
I think I was trying to get WWE to sign me. I was doing whatever I could. I was standing up and trying to get, even if the security guard was going to shoot at me, I was willing to do it. She was yelling at me, but she's not yelling at the fuckers taking pictures of Tiffany Stratton's ass.
Actually, that show the NXT show we were at was so cool because not only did we get to see Shawn Michaels, CM Punk was there too.
Yeah.
It was right when CM Punk. It was right after Elimination Chamber, right?
It's Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, yeah, Elimination Chamber. No. What do you call it? War. War Games.
We went.
It was right after War Games when CM Punk came back, and CM Punk.
It was December. Yeah.
He went from War Games to Raw to SmackDown to NXT.
Yeah.
He did the whole circle that week, and we just happened to
I
get
think
to see
it was the weekend after War Games.
Yeah, it was
because
it was cool.
Yeah, it was a good show. But back to Attitude.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So Mick Foley comes out. Foley says, "I can tell what you're thinking. Not only do I look good with this haircut, but now I'm the commissioner." He says, "Linda has bestowed upon me the right to make decisions. I heard you're bitching with Vince McMahon gone to be a genetic jackhammer. His power has gone to me." Triple H says, "Mick, I'm going to make this simple. You either make me number one contender or I'm going to beat the living hell out of you." Mick says, "You've done that before. The man I determined to be number one contender will be the best man for the job." And that's when new King of the Ring, Kurt Angle, comes out. Angle says, "This is what's supposed to be my coronation. Last night I beat 3 guys. This guy lost. I'm royalty. I deserve to be a number one contender." Foley says, "Kurt, you made a couple of good points."
And Stephanie's out there too.
Yep, Stephanie's out there too. And then
she's got both her men in the ring fighting now.
And then Mick laughs at Kurt because he's got his crown, the robe, and
he looks like a fool.
He goes, "Tonight I'm going to make you two part of a number one contenders triple threat match. Whoever wins faces The Rock on SmackDown. Rock will be the third contender. If Rock wins, you're both out of the number one contendership spot. Have a nice day." And then Triple H punches Kurt Angle and tosses Angle to the floor, and Stephanie is looking like, "Okay." So, what do you think about Mick Foley being the new commissioner? Because that's pretty much the takeaway from this whole segment.
First of all, Mick Foley should have never cut his hair because now we can see that nasty ear.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really cool that Mick Foley is the commissioner, and it's going to make for some great storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Especially where before The Rock, Mick Foley was Triple H's big rival. They had the
Hell in a
Cell. They had the
fight.
No Hold Bar, the street fight, last man standing, and they really beat the shit out of each other. He pulled out Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and now it's like he's at the mercy of him. He also ended his career as a wrestler, so it's kind of cool that he's coming back into the company in some way, and Triple H is too proud to suck up to him, but he might have to.
Kurt Angle wasn't. Kurt Angle came out. He's like, "I don't want to be number one contender."
Yeah.
This is a first. It's a over the top rope off with her top match. Dean Malenko representing Terri Runnels taking on Jerry Lawler representing the Cat, and basically anytime
sorry to interrupt you. Isn't this her last match?
No.
Isn't this when she gets fired?
No. Cat continues on until 2001.
Oh. I thought this is when she got fired. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So basically, whoever gets thrown over the top rope, that representative woman will take off her clothes. So if Lawler goes over the top, the Cat has to take off clothes.
It's like a Royal Rumble. You get thrown over the top.
And basically, they all get thrown over the top rope until Jerry backdrops Dean to the floor. So Jerry wins, and Terri is supposed to take off her bra.
She turns around and does.
And then Steven Richards shows up in a tie with a white shirt, the black pants, black shoes, all clean
big
cut.
old sign.
He's got a big old censored sign. And he basically takes Terri away. Everyone's like, "What's going on? Why is Stevie Richards doing this?"
Because he has the right to censor.
Well, he does. And right now, we don't know what's going on. But Steven Richards comes out. What did you think of this?
Well, I knew that something was going to happen because they can't show her tits on TV. And it's not even a pay-per-view. So I was expecting something, but I wasn't expecting this.
Steven, you thought you were going to see some kind of boobies, but not Steven.
No, I didn't think I was going to see boobies. I thought I was going to see somebody fuck somebody up or get in the way or something. But, yeah. And I remember a little bit from when, at this point, I wasn't watching religiously. But I do remember a little bit of what becomes of this.
Mhm.
Just some of the faction members, and the woman mostly of all, because she was really bitchy and out there. But
Ivory.
yeah, but
We'll get to her.
I don't know how do the other I don't know how quickly this faction gets together after this, or if it's just him for a while. So I'm kind of excited to see that and what happens.
We then see tag team champions Edge and Christian backstage, and they're ordering Mick Foley around, asking him to grab him some sodas. Mick does, and he tells them that they're going to be taking on The Undertaker and Kane tonight, and they're pissed, but there's nothing they can do. We then get
who the fuck wants to fight Undertaker or Kane?
Not me. We get a tag team battle royal number 1 contenders match. The Acolytes win this, eliminating D'Lo Brown and Perry Saturn. So the Acolytes will get a tag team title shot. And I think that's good, though. They haven't had a title shot since like January 2000.
Yeah, and they're like really good and strong and like cool.
Yeah.
But like, what the fuck is D'Lo and Perry Saturn? Like, how sucky of a tag team is that?
We then get Edge and Christian taking on Kane and The Undertaker. Taker and Kane win after landing double choke slams to Edge and Christian. This is just a way to kind of like get back at them for being
D-status. That's what they should be called. D-status.
What does that mean?
Like Perry Saturn and D'Lo, D-status. Like, bottom of the bit. Like, they're not even like a B movie.
You mean D-list?
Yeah,
gotcha.
D-list.
D-status. I can't. You're cute. All right, so it was just good to see Kane and Undertaker teaming up here. That's all that little.
Yeah, it is cool to see the Brothers of Destruction again. I kind of wish that, like, I don't know how much it happens throughout the 2000s, but like, it would have been cool to have Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, like more of a presence in the tag team division, like, especially like. The Undertaker wasn't champion that many times, and neither was Kane, and they didn't need to be because they were such an attraction. So when they were in the high cards going for the titles, I think it would have been cool to have, like, they were so dominant, like nobody could beat them,
Kane and Taker.
Yeah, it would have been cool to have them be tag team champions more.
Okay.
I don't know if they ever are again, but
okay. Well, they haven't been champions at all. Tag team.
Do they ever?
We're in a time machine, I can tell you.
Oh.
All right, we made it to our main event. Number 1 contenders triple threat match. Kurt Angle
to the main
versus
event.
Triple H versus the WWF Champion The Rock. And this is a decent triple threat match. All 3 men took their shots in, but the end comes when Angle hits an Olympic slam to The Rock. Triple H breaks the pin. Chris Jericho comes out and attacks Triple H. Rock lands a rock bottom to Triple H, and The Rock wins. So that means that Triple H and Kurt Angle are not number 1 contender. They cannot challenge The Rock here. Jericho, of course, is the reason for Triple H's losing, so that he's going to be pissed about that. But what do you think about The Rock clearing all the competitors? And
well, to be honest, I was expecting it a little bit, but it kind of would have been better, I think. I don't know if maybe this is their way of introducing somebody else into the number 1 contender spot, or if one of them are just going to go for it again.
If it's not them, who do you think should go for it?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really like. If one of them are the next one to fight for the title, then it's kind of stupid. But I kind of feel like that's what's going to happen, because I don't feel like they're going to make Undertaker champion right now, or Kane. And Triple H is the other main guy of the company, and The Rock's champion. So I don't know. Like, there's nobody else that's like a major player right now. There are people that could be and that become, but that doesn't happen for a while. So I'm excited to see. Yeah. I kind of feel like Kurt Angle, as King of the Ring, should get a shot.
Well, he just lost.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You're saying
he's still one King of the Ring. Yeah, like.
Well,
and I'm sure it'll happen eventually. But
our next pay-per-view is Fully Loaded in July, and I
might go for it.
You might go for the title. You should. Or I beat Kane for it. Remember? Or no, I was Kane and I beat Triple H. That was the story. Okay. Well, we've covered all of this episode of Raw. It was a good episode. The biggest takeaway was seeing Mick Foley come back as commissioner. and also seeing the debut of Steven Richards, Right to Censor character. And the last main thing was Rock defeating his contenders. So we'll have to find out who's
definitely
next.
like a good classic Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, this is one that even though you should watch our recap, you should definitely like
Watch
it because you know some major
We should do like a watch along one day.
I'll watch you any day.
I don't have a bubba. Yeah, so we've covered all this episode of Raw. We've got SmackDown, a couple more Raws to go. We've got the month of July coming up, fully loaded. That's a good pay-per-view. I'm excited for you to see that, Ian. But with that, we've covered all of this. Make sure you subscribe, like.
Which one?
Fully Loaded 2000.
That's a good pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could check us out on YouTube, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to stay notified when new content is created. Do you remember this Raw? Leave a comment. What do you think? Do you think The Rock is a good champion? What do you think of Mick Foley as commissioner?
And tell your moms and dads to join the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast.
They're gonna fucking.
We need some subscribers.
The moms and dads are gonna tell people not to listen.
Help us reach 1,000.
Yeah, we're trying to get to 1,000. So
it's the least you could do for us. We sit and watch wrestling all day just so you can know what happened.
Yeah,
we're saving you.
You sound a lot like The Rock today. Thank you for that beep. I love the random beeps.
Yeah.
All right, we've covered it all. You know the drill. Till next time, stay safe
and stay uncensored.